Hello shape enthusiasts, has the Vortex company been ruining your lives by making you make a bunch of random shapes all the time? Well, I have a solution for you and it's called a MAM, a make anything machine, where you take in all the shapes, all the colors, and use some circuitry magic to dynamically make any shape that the Vortex company can throw at you. Alright, so on the last episode, we pretty much gutted our MAM and started ourselves on a little optimization rabbit hole. Our old MAM basically would take in 28 belts of color, every single color, and it would take in 4 belts of shapes, and then it would very inefficiently create the final shape. And we got it working for a single layout with pins and crystals, but it was functioning very slowly. It took 10 minutes for it to change shapes. So we started off asking ourselves, how can we reorder these operations to use less input and perform faster in a smaller form factor? Because the longer your belts are in your MAM, the longer it takes to flush the old shape out and start producing the new shape. And here's where we've gotten to so far. So instead of having the giant spaghetti mess you saw in the older episodes to select the shape, I've condensed it down to this shape selector by abusing the fact that we can take a full shape, paint it first, and then split that into 4 quarters later. So that way we're using a quarter of the paint we used to use. Additionally, we made another improvement, which instead of piping in all of the secondary colors from externally and doing all the mixing externally, we're now doing all the mixing dynamically using circuitry by only taking in the 3 primary colors, picking the color we want, and then mixing it in this mixer. But essentially, the result of all that is this is our new shape selector. This is our new color selector. We have 4 sections, 1 for each quarter, and we're ready to piece it all back together into our recombinator, and then we can gut this entire section. So hopefully we can get that all done this episode, guys, but we'll see how we go. There's also a couple of other additions I want to make, like bins and a staging area with trains, but I doubt I can fit all that into one episode. So let's get into it. So from the last episode, we've basically got our paint from all the 4 quarters ready to go. We've got our shapes from all 4 quarters ready to go. We just need to make them meet and become friends. So how do we do that? Let's take this and just cut it for now. Let me just cut these belts back a bit and let's center this a little bit. So something like that looks centered to me, centered based on the output belts. Or we can move this down later. I just want to center it horizontally. Oh, too much jumping. I think there, right? That makes it all even. So then we can bring our belts back in like that. And now that's sort of lined up with itself. So let's line up these belts, and following the law of least amount of belts possible, let's do it with the least amount of belting possible. So it'll be something like that. Well, we'll get it to meet in the middle first, or maybe we'll get it to meet on the edge and then I'll just bring it down. But I just don't know how much space I need for this next step. I don't even know what this next step is. It's basically going to be some sort of a painting thing, right? It's going to be some sort of painting thing. Makes sense to put it on a 2x1. It's going to take the paint in, it's going to take the shape in, and then it's going to paint that and then output that into a quarter. But it's not that simple because we don't always want to paint, right? Because like if we're using our test shape, this one is actually uncolored. So this one's going to be a bypass. So it's not always just going to be straight up painting. So let me get that to meet like that. Then we can, yeah, we'll leave that there. That's fine. That is fine. Oh, I don't like that. I don't know if these two can be friends like that. Maybe I can do some sort of flip and it can output that way and then that way. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just do one first and then worry about the overworld design after we even get one working, because I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. So we've got 4 inputs of... Wait, no, we don't have 4 inputs. What am I talking about? Because the way this works is we're only splitting off 1 vertical lane every single stage. See, this one's splitting off the first one, this one's splitting off the second one, that's splitting off the third one, and that's taking the last one. So each one is only outputting into 1 vertical lane. So we're going to make sure this is coming out of 1 vertical lane. So like that, and then the next input is coming in like that, and then the third input is coming in like that, right? And then we got to get this to paint or bypass. Paint or bypass. So we definitely need some circuitry magic going on. So let's take our brain, because the brain is going to tell us whether to paint or bypass. we don't want this brain, we want the brain from the painter because we need the color part of it, right? So that only makes sense to take this brain. We'll take it with the label, I guess. I don't know where to put anything right now, so I'm just going to plop it down here. It's probably going to move sometime later, but let's get rid of all the excess crap and let's start working on this one layer. So we're working on one layer. It's only ever going to need to deal with 3 belts. Let's just keep that in mind, that whatever we do here doesn't need to be duplicated up, or we can build, because it's a painter, we could build it onto 3 layers. Why don't we build it onto 3 layers? That's a good question. Why don't we build it onto 3 layers? Let's just build 1 layer first then. Okay, that it works on 3 layers. Why not build it on 3 layers? A painter is not a 2-story building, so I don't see why we can't do that. How many painters do we need? Let's have a look. We need 1. Oh, how do painters work? What is painter? Painters work like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. If we build it onto 3 layers, that means we can't access the second layer, which means we need some sort of jumpies. Wait, before we even build the painter, we need a bypass, don't we? So we need to bypass this 1 layer. So we know how to do bypassing. Bypassing is easy. We just go flow control and we get the flow belt thing. Nope, not the flow belt thing. The belt filter, and we go that way or that way. So if it is a color, oh, it's slightly different. So this is red. We need to check, is it uncolored? So we need a equal logic gate like that. And we need to check using a static signal of color U. So is it uncolored? If it is uncolored, then we go that way. Otherwise we go straight. Yeah, okay, so this is the bypass for uncolored. This is gonna go out somewhere later to meet the colored shape, right? Is it uncolored? Yes, okay, cool. And then we can do that. Wait, that's a color and that's a belt. So if it is uncolored, then we need to, what is this signal? This is a yes or no, right? But that still works, doesn't it? That's a 0, so it's going out. And then say I have an uncolored. Oh, we're gonna need a NOT gate somewhere. Already see an issue. All right, so that's a 1. 1 lets it through here, 0 goes through here. So we need to NOT this signal, don't we? I believe we do. Because I want my straight to be the bypass. Let me just bin this and make sure this works first. It's always a good idea to make sure your designs work before you start applying them. So now, if it's uncolored, then it's going this way. But if it's red, then it's going that way. That makes sense to me. What about to you guys? Great, so this is our basic logic. So now if it's going this way, it needs to go into a painting stack. So the painting stack is just 4 painters, right? From memory. 4, yeah. So the painters just need to, do I have to do it this way? How far is the hop? Do it this way. Oh, you know what? Since the paint's coming from above, let's hop on the way out then. We don't have to do everything the way we normally do it. We can find new and innovative techniques to do things, right? So we can hop, and then the color can come in. The color comes in from that side. We can always change this, by the way, which side things come in from. Then the color comes in, and then the color needs to meet something along here like this. Right? And then that's the output belt. And then the output belt needs to join with the bypass belt and go out. All right, I think that works. Should we test it? Okay, so now it's painting it red. So let's put in a bin and let's see what happens. Sorry, I'm just thinking about stuff. Let me just put in a bin and see what happens. So now it's painting this red because we want red circles, and we're gonna split these 3 belts back into 12. So that works perfectly. And that's a full output belt. Maybe I should put the bin here so I can actually see the length of this belt after it joins up together. So that's all happy. Now let's see what happens when we switch this to an uncolored signal. So the red will stop, and then the uncolored signal will take over here. Oh, there's like a little bit of lag. Maybe we should put some more smarter logic in here to check before it joins. Is that shape still necessary? Because we have the space for it. We'll see if we have the space for it. I feel like I can fit this into a 1x1 platform, saving even more space. Let's try that. So if we take what we've done here out of the way, let's see if this possibly fits into a 1x1. I don't need my thing that big. I can literally have this immediately check right here if it's do the bypass here. Then we need our painting array. Where are we exiting out of? We're exiting out of either the left or the right. It doesn't really matter. I feel like I want to exit out the right. So if I want to exit out the right, I need to flip this like that. So if I want to exit out this side, then all of this is unnecessary. I want to check, do these all input into the first lane? Yeah, so I can just copy whatever this design is over. So that's the bypass, and then this needs to go into the painting array. So the painting array can literally sit right on top of this, right? No, it needs one belt to split this belt. Then does anything need to be onto the left of this painting array? I don't think so. So you can go all the way over here. And this can go like up here and then that way. Oh, but then how does the signal get in like this? How did the signal get in like this? I had space somewhere. All right, well, we can't do all the way to the left, but maybe we can do all the way over here for signaling purposes. So let's go up here and then go this way and then go this way. That works. Then I need the jumpers. So we'll tab over, we'll get this to jump. And then the output can go that way and meet its friend. And then the input is this thing. So that's on this side. And we can get that by getting a belt. Or a pipe, sorry. And getting that into here somewhere like this. And now we just need to fit the brain in here. So the brain is essentially this thing. Maybe we can even have label for a sign over here. Then this thing, we need to do this logic with it. Where's the input? That's the input. This maybe can just flip like that. Then this can go down here to control the actual input. That's creating that. That needs to meet that and output one single lane. Can this do its quartering and just output a full space belt for me? I'm just wondering. Oh, is that too much to ask on this one platform? Let's not push our luck. I think that's like all of the logic that I need, literally. So they need to meet somewhere. Like, let's just meet. It doesn't even matter which output I use. Let's just use the second. No, we'll keep consistent and use this output since we're always using this first output over here. So that's one level of it, and that's our painter done. If we switch, well, if we copy this before we continue, if we copy this over here, it should bypass, right? And make me the uncolored emerald. That was a lot easier than I expected it to be. So this is not bypassing because I do not have this filter here. We need to put a rotator in to tell it this is actually top left. I don't know why I'm renaming this because it's probably going to be tons of changes. So top left is going yes. Is the color... Wait, that's the shape, isn't it? Silly. Oh, this needs to be down one. Now I know why it needed to be down one. Told you there'd be bugs. All right, that's the top left. Now it's bypassing. Excellent. This one needs a similar treatment because we can't be using that. Bring this down one and bring this signal around. This shape analyzer shape is really annoying. I wish it went left, right, not up, down. Cool. Now that is working. It is correctly telling it is red because obviously the shape is not a color, uncolor. So that's fine. That's working. That is bypassing and it's working. Excellent. So this is basically the design. We need to just copy this up 3 levels. Put that in, and then we need to delete some wiring because we don't need all of this craziness. We just need the wire to go in at the very end. I don't like to do my logic 3 times. I just like to do my logic once, and then we copy the logic up like that. And then we copy the logic up like that. So look at the second level. That looks good to me. Oh, that's not necessary. Yep, that looks good to me. Now the only thing I was gonna do was the switch. Do we have enough space in here to do like another logic circuit? Not really. To go look, if it becomes a problem, we'll do it when we do the bin cleanup phase. We'll assess where the jams are in our MAM. And if it's performing like reasonably fast enough, because these belts are so damn short, like who cares if it like jams up a little bit extra and takes like 2 seconds longer. Like I'm not gonna sit here adding like 10 times more circuitry and bins and shape checking and all that stuff over here just to like save a few seconds, right? So, all right, that's done. That's done. So we can just do it for the rest. If I flip it, will it still work? It won't work, will it? Because the the belt is on the other side. I mean, I can flip it and just move the belt. Wait, this is not even the right thing. Copy the right thing. Let's add in the circuitry, which is a rotator here. And that one works. And then we want to flip this one. So it's, oh, let's flip it first. And then here we want to be, whoa, what happened to this sign? Oh yeah, this signage needs to be deleted. I always forget to delete something. Top right, this is top left. This is bottom left. Why is this like flip the sign? I expected it to be flipped that way. It's weird. That sign flip didn't make sense to me. Bottom left. All right. Then what do we need to change here? Because the input is here. So we just need to like shift the input somehow. Like here. Then that still works. We need to get rid of that. And then we need to, on all 3 layers, change how this works. That's fine. That's not too big of a change. But make sure we change it properly on every level so it doesn't break. Some little manual changes is easy. So this, because these are no longer symmetrical, we got to make these changes everywhere manually ourselves. This one is bypassing because it's got the wrong this thing. So now it's no longer bypassing. It's going to get the shape out for me. Excellent. And it's going to go paint it when I give it a paint belt. Like that. So that's going to paint that square white, which is great, which is what we wanted. And then finally, we will take a copy of this and we'll get this one to go out this side. And that will paint that cyan, hopefully. And this is going to be, why is the sign here not in the right spot? Bottom right, bottom right. So we need another rotator. This one doesn't need to change anymore. Great. And that's it. That's our new painter bypass. Painter with bypass. 12 painters on 3 levels, taking in the belts and then pushing that out using circuitry. Done. Now we've got all our shapes painted. Why is this bottom right not painting? Oh, the color guys, the color also needs to be changed. Oh, don't delete. We'll just cut this and put that there and then delete that. Oh, good. Lucky I noticed that before I started the next stage. All right, cool. Now it's painting. We got colors coming in. Have I been doing this not with the fully piped in belts? Oh my god. Are you serious? I never piped in any of this stuff. I'm clever, guys. Alright. I'll cut to when I fix this. You know what I'm doing. I'm just doing this, but it has to be done on 3 levels. So bear with me. Alright guys, that's done now. Wasn't too painful, thank god. I think that's fixed. There'll probably be more bugs, but that's fine. Let's move on to the next step. Now that we have our painted shape, we need to quarter this. So we can do the quartering right next to it, I guess, on a separate platform. In fact, these could have just been a 2x1 platform. The quartering actually doesn't need any sort of brain or logic, so I'm glad I didn't make that a 2x1 platform. So I can just make a new platform. I don't think the quartering logic is very difficult. So I guess we can just do the same thing that we did. So we bring 1 belt in like that, and we just do it on 1 level. So I reckon each one needed 4, right? So we just needed 4 quarterers. So it's what was the process again? Let's just do the process one more time. I have it down there, but I can't be bothered. Oh, can't be bothered. Did I delete it? I deleted it, didn't I? Oh my god. Alright, that's fine. We just do the quartering process. I deleted everything that has any sort of quartering process, but that's fine. We just cut it again, and then do some sort of rotation. Need to figure out the rotation. All right, these two need to rotate first, 90 degrees in any direction. And then we've got to figure out the rotation here. That's the top right. That's already top right. That goes there, and then 180 goes there. And that gets everything to the top right, and we need 4 of these. So okay, where can we fit 4 of these? 1, 2. Does this fit on 1 line? No, it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Why would it be so? Why would anything ever be so simple? So let's put this back as far as we can. We'll leave 1 tile of room because we do need to split this belt in half. Then this makes up my 4 belts. So where can these 4 belts go out? Can I jump this? Oh, maybe. Maybe. Can I jump over here? Like that? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. So that's 2 belts out. This needs to split this way too. And then this needs to come into this. I'm not using the upper levels because I want to just copy whatever I do here up. So then this can go here and out. Is that right? Is this too easy? There's got to be something wrong with this. Is there no logic required here, or is this just giving me the 4 belts, exact 4 belts that I need from one belt? 1 to 4, 1 to 4 split. Is that done? Is that it? Do I need to bin test this? I should probably bin test this. Don't get too cocky, guys. Don't get too cocky. That's when the game throws like crap at you. Let's duplicate this up 3 levels and let's run some tests. Well, what I mean by being cocky is not bothering to test your work and just assuming you've done it right completely the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that looks right. Is the throughput looking right? I don't know. Well, we'll let that run for a while. While that runs, I will copy this onto all the other platforms. So that goes there. That should just Shift F go here. That still is compatible. That is still compatible. We'll let all of those run, and they should be producing me a full belt of a colored quarter each. And then we have really condensed our input. Look at that input. 3 belts. This, I know there's like 6 belts worth. There's actually six sets of 4 fluid launchers. I don't even know how to describe this. You know what I mean. There's 6x belts of stuff on here. 6 inputs worth of stuff on here. But we're only using 1 input's worth of stuff. So it's only going through that 1. So we got 4 more to go if we need it. We'll need 2 for crystallizing, definitely. But yeah, we've definitely made this a lot smaller. Let's see, is everything saturating? Does this look like a full belt of quarter reds to you guys? I think that looks like a full belt if it's still taking its time to saturate. I mean, that's looking like a full belt of that quarter. That's looking like a full... Nope, that's not looking like a full quarter, but that's fine. We'll give it some time to saturate. There might be some bugs in the system. Who knows, guys? I think it's just taking its time to saturate. That one's looking a bit slow, and that one's looking a bit jammed. Why is this side super jammed and this side is super slow? Because it's splitting 3 ways. Splitting in half and then in half again. That's a weird thing that's happening. Is this happening on everything? This side is getting fully packed out, and this side, but then eventually it's perfectly fine. I think it's, oh right, it's just because of this belt being backed up. So it does, I think it's just a visual bug. Not a visual bug, but because of the way the belts are laid out, it's making this side jam out more because it doesn't have any space. But it is actually outputting 12 by 12. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And that's fine. That is 4 full space belts, guys. We are done. We are done. We just need to figure out where to take these space belts for the next stage. Also, we need to figure out what's the minimum distance I can take these in. So let's cut all of these belts. Do I just need 1 belt of space to deal with all of this? So can I wire like this? Yeah, that works. I think that's like the minimum amount of travel distance for the fluids. I don't think it gets any smaller than that. There we go. And then we get the colors in. Like about there. Rehook everything up to make sure the colors actually come in. That belt needs to go a little bit further out, like that. Then it needs to go peel off. Nope, go straight, peel off. And then you can go straight under there. Right? Beauty. Look at that. Oh man, that is so good. Excellent. This is going to be hard to jump, by the way. I might like need 2 layers of clearance if I need to jump this, but I don't think I need to jump this anymore. I can peel off from the side and side load this, and then it's passing through platforms to get to the other side, which is instant. There's no space belt travel required here. It goes straight, goes bam, 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 like straight through. Oh, actually it does take some time to travel and it gets blocked. All right, cool. That's looking good. Where do we get the output? Where do we get the output? I guess we can just go straight up, right? I think straight up makes sense, like that, and then like that. Oh, not like that. Like that, and then like that, and then like that. Can hop 3 belts exactly. Oh, nice. That's perfect. Let's give it 1. We can afford 1 extra space belt, guys. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I'm going to overlay a screenshot of what our thing used to look like. But you remember the big spaceship that used to take up that much room? Plus this on top. Plus this input of 7 belts. All of that. It used to be this. Right, that was our old MAM and took up 7 more belts. This is our new MAM. So let me gut out the stuff that we don't need, which is all of this. And that's our new MAM. Now we just need to do the pinning thing. Oh, that's insane. That is insane. I think I want to do the flushing thing. I need a thing to do flushing, eh? The sanity check for flushing. Where should that happen? Maybe it should happen after it gets colored. Because is there even much lag in this system for when a shape changes? I don't think so. But if I did flushing right out here, do I have enough room to do stuff? No. If I did flushing here, I could just clear the belt before. I don't know. I think I should definitely flush before we combine. Because the next stage after this is the pin bypass. And then it's a combination. And I think I can do the pin bypass better as well. Someone told me a little tip, because we should just check, is the shape a pin or not, and then output. So yeah, actually that's a pretty easy thing to do. Maybe we should just implement that now. So these color belts are all completely unnecessary now. Let's just get rid of them so I can see clearly. But they do need to continue on up for the crystallizing stage, so don't get too crazy with everything. But pins do need to come in at some point. And I don't know where that point is. Maybe this should be the staging area for my various belts. So if my pins stop coming in there and instead come in this side. Oh no, my MAM stuff, my MAM text. Oh, there's just enough room, guys. There's just enough room, like there. I can just move my MAM text now that I think about it. Why am I doing this to myself? Yeah, MAM can go there now. Yeah, MAM can go over here. Maybe we should like label our actual MAM over here. There we go. We're never going to go more left than this. And then you can actually see my MAM on this side. Look how tiny it is now. What the heck is going on? Oh my god. It's like tiny. It's like being compressed into nothingness. I feel like I've started all over again though. Like basically, this is all the stuff I should have known going in. But what's the point of that? Like if I knew to do this design from episode 1, this whole series would be like an hour long, right? And it'd just be like, yep, bam, bam, done. No optimization required. I learned nothing. I did nothing. I just made the man. Great, guys. Good work. Lesson complete. All right, I think I need to move this belt one out of the way for things to come in. Unfortunately, we're going to lose our little symmetry here, but that's fine. Because we need stuff to be able to get in there, right? So let's get these in here, about where? Like around here maybe? Let me draw the 4 lines I want. So say I have, so they're going to merge in straight into these belts. So they can be like here, 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 and here. The new logic should be able to do that. So I just need to be one further down. So let's move this one further down. Oh, how have you guys been? Have you guys been playing this game? Have you made your MAM yet? Tell me in the comments. How's your MAMs going? Does your MAM look like my MAM? Is my MAM completely dumb? Or what's happening? Like, I don't get it. You guys tell me. Hey, let's try this new belt rowdy thing. Can I just go doop? Not at all. Not in any way, shape, or form is this space belt rowdy thing working. I don't get it. They said they added it in the patch. It don't work, guys. It don't work. Alright, anyway, we got that in. We'll get this over. And there we go. Now we need a little module on the end of here to tell it, and they're going to be the same to go pin or no pin. That's it. Literally, is it a pin? So I believe we just need our brain again. Unfortunately, everything here needs a brain. And what is that brain? It's a brain and a filter thing that goes. It's either going to output the pin or it's just going to junk the pin or just stop the pin. It doesn't need to chuck it in the trash. So let's do that. We're only half an hour into this episode, I think, and I'm already done everything I want to do. So this is the top right. Currently it is that, but we need a pin on the top right. So let me go edit my home shape. Oh, my home's gone. My home's gone, guys. I've lost my home. We need to remark this home. Move. Oh, cool. Oh, you can move markers now. This didn't exist before. I swear this didn't exist before. What another quality of life feature. Amazing. I don't have to rebuild my markers every time. All right, home. You know, why don't I make my, why don't we delete this marker and make that home? Wait, what? That didn't move it at all. Right click home, move. Marker moved. So if I click this, it's meant to move it, but I don't think it worked. All right, never mind. I'll just make a new one. It's not hard. L. You guys found that bug, or am I just doing something wrong? Home, and we will make the shape that we'll make home the shape that we're trying to make. So over here, how do we do pins again? It was like P dash. So we'll make it in the top right one, I guess. P dash. Is that a pin? Yeah, that's the pin, right? So now top right is a pin. Let's see how that behaves with this pin pusher. So basically, we're going to have stuff coming in. Why do we need that? So the stuff is a pin, So if we, before we rotate and we rotate and analyze the signal, if the signal is a pin, I'm just trying to figure out where to do the compare. So if we get a signal producer like that, and we go, is that a P dash dash, which is just a pin? Oh, no. P dash 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 dash. So that's just a single pin. And it goes, is that equal to a single pin? Wait, do I even need to do that? Are these rotated, these pins, or are they all top right? They are all top right. There's got to be, there's a clever way to do this and a dumb way to do this. I don't need an equals check. I just need a belt filter. So I just need a belt filter that's like 4 belt filters, but they do need a little bit of space to work, don't they? Because they need flow control, belt filter. So we need like 1, and then if it's a pin, it goes forward, 2, 3, 4. Is that even? I can't get it even, right? There's no way you can get this even. Is it? No, don't. Just forget about getting everything even. Just get things to work. People are waiting for your MAM to get completed, man. Come on. Get your act together. What are you doing? You a data engineer or what? Deadlines, guys. Our report is due. All right. So this shape analyzer is gonna go. Let me get this shape. So the shape analyzer is always analyzing the top right. We do the rotations pre-shape analyzer, and then we check the pin, and then we can do the rotation of the pin afterwards if it gets let through. No point doing extra operations before it's needed, but the top right is a pin, so then we need to launch over these wires, and that is exactly what it's doing, and then it needs to go out, right? That's the simplest belt filtering platform you can possibly make. And then shift 3, 2, and then we wire this in. We can flip this to make it a little bit better. And we can probably flip this one to make it a bit better, like that, like that. I would still get my horizontal and vertical flipping constantly confused. It's really annoying me. But that's it. This is top right. Let's put the sign somewhere like a little bit out of the way. Ugh, can't speak anymore. Let's get that up. 1, 2. We can destroy the signaling. No, we can't destroy the signaling. We can destroy this stuff on the top 2 levels. And then we can bring the signal up. So from here, bring it up 1 level, and then from here, we can bring it up 2 levels. Get rid of that excess, and then we've got the signal on all 3 levels. Let's do a quick throughput test to make sure that works. Let's add a bin like that, and we'll put this over here because this one is quadrant 2, and quadrant 2 has no thing, has nothing, which is let's delete this again. Top left, top right, top left. This one is top right, and this one should block it. Yeah, look, blocked, nothing's coming out. Excellent. Yep, it's giving a signal that it's not a pin, and that is a pin. So we should I knew when I was making the pin thing, I was way overcomplicating the bypass. It should just do nothing, right? And then that nothing can merge with these belts. So I think this needs to be a little bit further back for belt work, but how much further back, I don't know. But basically, it's just merging with this belt, like that. And then this one needs like 1 tile to go under. So it doesn't need to be that far back. Can it just be like literally 1 tile back? Like that. Just the 1 tile it needs to hop underneath, like that. And then I get 2 more of these. Bottom left. And this one needs many of these. And this one is bottom right. And this one needs 2 more of these, and we connect the belts up, and this should either now, because remember, I don't know if you remember a few episodes ago, when I built this design, I was like, surely there was a way just to merge these 2 belts in somehow. Well, that's the way. You just put a belt filter platform before it. Oh crap, I forgot one thing. No, I didn't forget one thing. These are bins, which is perfect, because I do need to do some rotaties. This is that, and then that needs to go that way clockwise. No, that's counterclockwise. So I need my counterclockwise rotation platform like that, and then this one is 180, so we need our 180 degree rotating platform like that, and then we need our clockwise rotating platform for the last one, just to get all these pins into the right orientation. That is important. But then I will need to get these belts going up past this pinning section, but that is looking a lot better. I could probably collapse it even 1 more row, but come on guys, we already optimized it so much that I don't believe that is super necessary. So let's get that. And then we get the second one. So top left, top right. Yeah, it's always 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get it to join onto this belt. Then we get this one over here. And then we get that to join onto this belt. Just like that. And then we get this one over here. And we'll get that one to join onto this belt. And we're done. That's our output. That gives us pin or no pin. Now we just need to do crystallizing, right? Once it's pinned, not that pinning and crystallizing and pinning is like mutually exclusive in MAM world because of our restrictions that we added to our crystallizer, right? So crystallizing, we just need to basically pick 2 colors. So we need the circuit, this crazy circuit that we made for crystal color, but we need to apply it to our new coloring platforms. So how can we do that? And this does pass through as well. That is not the easiest thing to answer because this thing I've built only works for 4 colors, right? But we need a version of this to work for all the colors at once. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, this is going to be hard. All right, the crystallizing is going to be hard. So I'm going to leave the crystallizing the way it currently is. I might just peel off the layer. Is it going to be hard? It's just a scaled up version of this, basically. It's going to take in 3 colors, then dynamically mix them, because it's still going to do this, basically. But we won't have the secondary colors coming in. So we only have 3 primary colors, and it's still got all this space to do any dynamic mixing that it needs to do based on the crystal color that it wants. That's going to be challenging. Just a bit challenging. How would I do a dynamic version of that? All right, that's fine. It works with all 4 belts. We'll figure it out. How much time do we have on this episode? Maybe we can try to figure it out real quick as the end of this episode, and then we can collapse all this together into one functioning MAM, because that's literally the last step, right? Oh no, we haven't combinated yet. Okay, you know what? This episode is running a bit long. Next episode, we'll figure out how to do a 4x version of this, basically. Like, I mean, I could just pipe in 3 sets and then merge the output color out. Like, I could just do this again if I'm really lazy, and this will be make 1 color for the crystallizing, and then I'd do that twice, and that should technically make a crystallizing thing. But I think I can condense this into like 1 working platform. I guess we can try to get the recombinator onto this now and just test some normal shapes, right? We don't have any normal shapes to test with, but we can create some test shape codes to make sure this is all working for all the different cases. And we can even maybe do a little time lapse on how long it now takes the MAM to flush everything out. And if we have time at the end of the episode, maybe we add some like binning technology in somewhere that makes sense. I don't know where it would be, but anyway, let's give it a go. So the recombinator is up here at the moment, and it's taking 4 belts in, so nothing here should change. I'll even take it with the crystal logic, the extra crystal logic that we did, and that should still allow it to make a normal shape. We'll just put it as centrally as possible. Wait, where did the belts come in? I'm confused. I want to take it with all 4 input belts. Wait, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so they just come in the bottom there. I don't want to take it with those platforms. I don't need those. Those are to do with the pins. I do need these though. So let's take that and let's get that out. Probably here is the most central, I'm guessing. Maybe 1 tile down to save as much space as possible. And hopefully that gets us our correct shape. We'll probably do 1 flush on these 4 belts before it goes into the recombinator, because that makes the most sense to me. Oh my god, these space belts, so hard to route. All right. When it comes out, I guess I just want it in a bin, but I want a couple of tiles just so I can see the shape coming out from the overworld. So we'll get the bin down and we will let that run for a bit and we will see how that goes. All right, I think I see an immediate problem, which is after my quarter cutters come out, they're not being rotated back to their appropriate positions. Silly. They're all in the top right. What the heck? Why is this one just not doing anything? What shape am I trying to make? What happened to my shape? My home is telling me I'm trying to make this shape. One of these is a pin. Configure. Let's just edit this shape. The top right is a pin. So the top right should be doing nothing, which is right. The bottom left should be getting shapes in, and then it should be bypassing. Why are you not bypassing? It thinks it's going to get a color for some reason. This is the bottom right shape. And does it have a color? It does. It's meant to be teal, which is that. Oh, bloody. This thing is in the wrong place. Alright, debugging time, guys. Maybe we won't have time to do an episode. Yep, that's meant to go there. Okay, that's cool. Then that will get color now, and that will now be painted. But we do need to rotate all these, because as you notice, all the shapes are in the top right. That is definitely not correct. Where we do that rotation, definitely not down here, probably along here. So let's get our rotators back in. Forgot a vital step. So that one, top right, is in the right place. That one needs to go clockwise. Oh no, that's counterclockwise. 90 degrees. So let's get that in there. Counterclockwise rotation, 90 degrees. Let me rotate the rotator the right way. This one is 180 degrees. So let's put that 180 degree rotation in. And this one is going to be 90 degrees clockwise. So let's get that in as well. That should flush out and get that shape correct now. We'll let that do its thing and flush out. This is sending pins across, but why is it sometimes sending this shape across? This is sending that shape across, but it needs to flush out. See, this is where the flushing mechanism needs to come in, because there's so much like red crap in here. Wait, why is there so much red crap in here? But there's no more red stuff being sent. This is just a backlog of red. Yeah. Definitely gonna need some flushing mechanism in here. But we can sort that out. That's not a problem at all. Especially, I think, like before the belt merges with stuff, like before it merges with the pin, maybe we can flush out the shape over here somewhere. Like here, here, and here, maybe. Should be the perfect spacing for it. Can flush it before it goes through rotation as well. But I believe that should be working. Let's try to have a look at one of these shapes. They're all fully backed up, which is fine. Why are they all fully backed up? Because this stacker is waiting for a friend. I wish there was an easy way to like clear the whole system, like really instantly, just to see how long it takes to run. Looks like it still takes a while to clear out. Not everything is completely fixed yet, guys. Don't worry. But look how small our MAM is now. It's like tiny. It's like as big as this sign. Wish I had a thing that showed how big it used to be. Let me clean some of this up. Don't want to lose our crystallizing logic, because we'll still need that. Alright, let's see if there's any problems with the system. No, everything's being binned. I think it's just waiting for this shape to come, because this shape was like really slow. But this shape has no friend right now. This shape has no friend. Why is that? This thing is not coming out because... What's this shape? This shape is the white square. Why is the white square not happening? The white square is also in the wrong spot. Oh my god, these are not mirrored, you silly bugger. Alright, this thing needs to sort of move a little bit out of the way. So let's do that. Like that. I mean, maybe we can shift all this over if this doesn't make sense anymore. But we'll see. Because I need somewhere to turn this belt, right? And I'm running out of space, guys. I'm running out of space. And I lost my symmetry. Oh well. I mean, we can just get this going up and maybe no one will notice that this is one tile missing. Alternatively, we can get this thing coming out here, which probably is the wiser bet. It's not hard to route this cable somewhere else, right? Let's undo all that. Because this thing is meant to work together like a system, and I don't want the overview of that system to look weird. Well, let's not do that. Let's just do it. I'm just deciding whether to move the thing to the opposite side, but I don't think I do want to do that. We'll just make the belt longer, because I don't think the pipe actually has any travel time. So there's no like, ooh, what did I just press? Holy moly. Because I don't think the pipe has any travel time, right? So it should just be instant. See, I feel like it's instant. It's not like an object where it actually has travel time, so I don't really care. Now this thing can just pipe straight in like that, and this one is fine. I think this one is fine. I'll just leave that. It's not perfectly symmetric, but I can, yeah, I could do this same thing and then do it perfectly symmetric. But you know, a little bit of asymmetry in your life isn't always a bad thing, you know. But yeah, don't worry. I'm sure this is not our final. This is not my final form. We still have many like iterations of optimizing to do. Trust me. I'll show this to you guys in the comment section. You'll be like, nah, you can do this better. You can do that better. And then I'll be like, yes, yes. Give me all that juicy feedback. All right, that should saturate that, and then eventually that should flush. I think, yeah, we definitely need to design a flushing platform. So maybe we should just get started on that. Oh no, I want this system to kind of run. Basically, let's just think about the logic for the flushing platform. I want a modular design that I can just like slap anywhere. So at any point, the flushing platform should, so each flushing platform needs a brain to configure like what it's actually checking. And then basically it's just going to sanity check whatever is on that belt and then allow that belt through, right? So we can sort of like roughly design it. So it's basically going to be like all these input belts, and then somewhere in the middle, it needs to check the logic of these belts against some sort of logic. Did that make any sense whatsoever? So let's just design half of it and then we'll just mirror it to the other side. So if I need some sort of checker, we need some sort of belt control, right? So maybe these two can share a input like that. Then I guess we'll do the check like immediately, right? There's no point waiting to do the check. We just do the check as soon as we can. Then either it's going to go out or it's going to get binned. So I need like a room to do a bin. Oh no, this is not going to have room to do a bin, is it? So the bin needs to be there. So this needs to be there. So the check needs to go out one more. So it needs to do something like this. Oh, like this and this. And then this needs to just go in the trash. Basically, if the check fails, it goes in the trash. And if the check succeeds, then off you go. Like, let's use jumpers. If the check succeeds, off you go out into the world to flourish. But if the check fails, then yeah, you die. All right. So basically, what we need to do is copy this. But before we do, we need some sort of logic circuit in here. Or maybe we'll copy it and then we'll weave the logic circuit in. So hopefully this check thing doesn't cause a jam. But anyway, that's basically it. So we need to put the brain in here. Let's just take the brain from the top right. Basically, how do I check? Well, it's always going to be checking a shape. It's never going to be checking a color, right? So let's not get it from the painter. Let's get it from here. So it's basically a shape checker. So we can just slap the brain right in the middle, or maybe like on the edge here. And then this is the shape analyzer, and then the signal of the shape analyzer needs to just match whatever is coming through. And if it's not, we'll put a little screen in here for troubleshooting. Oh, that is definitely wrong. Silly. Don't do that. Put it like that. Then we can just copy the belt work up. The belt work and the bins. How are we going to bin from above? Interesting. Okay, so this is not going to be a perfectly thingo design. We need to somehow bring this bin like down one and into here. Similarly like that down into here. Similarly like that down into here, and like that down into here, right? And then how does this access more bin area? Okay, well we need a belt that goes into the bins like that. So maybe the shape analyzer brain needs to get out of the way a little bit, like there. Then the signal analyzer can go here, and then the wire that comes out of that can go like here. That way I can go straight down without this. That way my upper story can get a belt out here into the bin. Wait, is this wire necessary then? Let's get rid of this wire. But basically we need to go, this is going straight out. This one needs to go like out, down, and into this thing. And similarly, that needs to go out, down, and into. I'm just leaving space for the third level because these are easy. And then the third level is an identical copy of the stuff on the first level, including the wires and the bins. Like that. Then this needs to go out. We can get rid of that and that, but this needs to go out into the bin like that, and then out and down and in, and then this needs to go out and down and into the bin. That's great. So everything's getting flushed into the bin. The second level is looking a little bit unwired, but basically it just needs to do that, and then the signal needs to be sent from the first level to the second level. Don't need to send it in the most obnoxious way possible, but basically that's the signal. Yep, cool. So the signal is being sent to all three levels, and now this thing should filter. This is basically your bin. Should save this before I lose it. We'll call this in the MAM series. We'll call this a filter bin. And now this is all flushed out. Damn it, I was going to test it with this shape. Let's see if the shape is being made now. That looks awfully like this shape. Look at that. That is this shape. Perfect. Alright, great. Now we can change some shapes and then we can test it, right? Like, let's take the bottom layer of this shape. Let's see if we can make some shapes with holes in it. So the bottom layer of this shape is basically this, right? And if that happens, I want to test it with the bins. So it's currently making that shape perfectly fine. And it does look like it's slowly fully saturating. Let's see if it struggles as soon as... Let me put the bins in and then we'll see if it's okay. Basically, I wanted to put a bin here before it goes into the pinning thing. Or maybe it should come in after the pinning thing. And after the pinning thing. As soon as this stops, it'll cut the pins off. But then there'll be a bunch of residual pins there. Does that mean I need 2 bins? I need a bin here, and then whatever's crap's in here, I don't want all of this belt to go into here. So maybe I need bins before they go, right before they go in. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? That'll flush the entire belt. So is a bin basically something you put at the beginning and end of a long belt? Because, or before you merge into another belt? Because if there's residual crap here, and then it tries to merge with a full belt of pins, that's going to cause an issue. So... I don't know. Let's just put 4 bins in for now and see if these bins even work before we like sort of take it too far. I think would be the smart play. Let's just see if this passes through because this is the correct shape for now. And then it's going into the bin. All right, because I didn't put the rotators on, of course. So each, oh man, and each bin is going to need to check for a specific thing. This is going to be yuck. All right, let's see. So these bins have to be used with a little bit of caution because they can't just be slapped around willy-nilly. Every time you do it, you have to adjust stuff on the bin. So let's not go too crazy. I'm not gonna do the labels on the bin because, oh man, imagine changing the labels every time too. So now I've slapped the bin here. Now that should give me the correct shape, right? But this is now rotated. No, it's the pre-rotated signal, which is correct. Oh, but it's been colored. The shape and the color. Oh man. Oh, so each bin needs unique logic based on like the type of shape that it is. Oh man. Oh man. I can go if the shape equals this shape. No, that doesn't work. That's the color of it. So I need to color that shape with a painter, with a virtual painter. So that shape gets colored. I don't know which one's the color. I assume the shape is coming direct. And then the color is coming from there. And then the output is a colored shape. Let's check. Yeah, now that's the color shape. This is the correct output line. So we don't want this anymore happening. We want that. Yeah, now it's correct. Let me just cut this line. We'll get it a better place up, somewhere like out of the way so we can do any operations we need to do on this. So we'll do it like here. And then like here. Like that, maybe. And then any operations we need to do on the shape extra can happen in this tiny little space. Now this is filtering through correctly, which is great. So we can copy this bin over here. So it's checking for this shape. Great. So we can now remove that and do the same thing here. Hey, we got the bin in one go. Crazy. It's working, I think. We have to test it when we flush, but I think it's looking good because it's letting the correct shape through. There we go. And then the bin process is binning. Imagine your bin backs up. That'll be the funniest bug ever because you're like trying to be efficient and the efficiency measure you created is actually like ruining it. Have you guys ever written like testing code? Like code to test and check things? And then the testing code has bugs in it and crashes your software? That's the most hilarious thing ever. Alright, cool. So now this is doing that. Why is this all stuck? Because it's waiting for some shapes. But yeah, it was all flowing before, right? It was fine. Let's just test when we change the shape what happens. So I want to put a bin, this bin on the end, like right before it goes in to like flush the platform. Like that. And then probably like here. Like that. Like literally right before it goes into this combinator. Whatever's on this belt, I want it flushed. Did I put the wrong bin here? This is this bin. Yep. We've got to put the right bins on the right side. So this bin goes here. And then this bin goes here. Ah, cool. So this is stuck. Why is it stuck? It's a null signal. It's a null shape. Oh my god, because it's a pin. My lord, this is getting complex. My bin is not smart enough to detect if it's a pin. If it's a pin, then obviously it can't go through a painter. So we want to let pins through. Oh my god, the signal logic. So basically, like, we need to do something like if the shape part of the signal is equal to, what am I doing? So basically, if the shape part of the signal, but this is all rotated and everything now. All right, no checker here. Because this has been like rotated now. So then I have to like rotate the shape too. Oh my god, no bin here. So yeah, so basically every flusher is custom, is what we've learned from this. So yeah, we will have to build flushers if this becomes a problem, but not for right now. I want the flusher here because this is the long belt that it has to deal with. I don't see any way to shorten this belt. If I could shorten this belt somehow, it'd be definitely helpful. I mean, if this has the flushing system, shouldn't we like collapse these in, like flush it and then like collapse these empty flushed belt in and then make this belt shorter? We could do that. Definitely. But I don't know. It's not even going to be that short because it needs space to join up with the pin belt. So that's fine. This is good enough for now. Let's time the new MAM and let's see how long it takes for it to change shapes. So right now, everything's coming through and then it's all going to get stacked, right? Is it even creating the right shape, first of all? Because everything's kind of stuck right now. Not going through the bypass. It is going through a stacker. It is creating that bottom half of the shape. A lot of stuff is being... I mean, if we need to do this, we need to do this. I don't mind doing it. I'm just deciding if we need to do this or not. Because this flusher is going to need like very specific logic. And I don't know if I want to do it this episode. I feel like we will eventually need it for like hyper optimization to like get this. If this is like the choke point of our MAM, because all these shapes are in here and they shouldn't be in here, then of course we will do it. But otherwise I won't bother because it's like so much effort. Alright, as soon as this starts delivering the right shape, I want to start a timer and change my MAM shape and see how long it takes until the first new shape is produced. I'm just going to think of a shape code right now. So let's edit the home, and at the moment it's delivering this shape. Let's do one with like pins but somewhere else. Let's do one with like pins and blanks. So let's go like how about, oh, why can't I think of shape codes right now? Alright, let's change 1/4 at a time. We'll move the pin to somewhere else so that we can test. Move the pin to the end, right? Then we will go maybe instead of cyan, we can go magenta, so it's kind of obvious. Then we can go R into like, say, like double star maybe, and then make that blue. And then we've got a mixed color, we've got that color. And then maybe move the rhombus over into some different area and make that red. Then now they're all colored, and we'll save it. And that's the shape that we'll try to make. And we'll see how long it takes it to switch, right? I'll put a timer on the video. And we can see, like, I don't know, maybe I should do it fully zoomed out, or should I do it a little bit zoomed in so we can see the shape. So we can see the how long it takes for the four individual corners to come in, and then see how long it takes to get through this stacker. So this is definitely giving some of the right shape, right? The old shape. Why is this pin still stacking with nothing? I don't want to test it when there's still a bug in the system. So this is giving that. This is pins and things coming through, and these are getting stacked together with the pins, right? Yeah, definitely getting stacked together with the pins, and that shape with the pin is coming through. And the shape with the pin is definitely getting stacked. All right, it is definitely creating that shape. So we'll see. And it is like pretty much a fully saturated belt. So should we let it fully saturate before we see? Just so everything can be even and fair. Give it a minute. I think that's almost fully saturated. Let's check out bins. Oh yeah, that's definitely fully saturated. What am I talking about? All right, we're going to switch the shape. Maybe we should have a null in there. Let's remove the blue star and have a null in there. That way we can test the bypass too. Alright, still null. So instead of the blue star, let's go null. So the one side is just a pin. Cool. But that's fine. I'm going to switch the shape and I'm going to start the timer. Ready, guys? And the timer starts right now. Alright, timer starts now, guys. guys, I'm back. It's done, isn't it? It started. How long did that take? I'm not sure. I didn't check my timer before and after, but I'll put a timer in the edit. You guys can see. But I feel like it's significantly faster than our old man. Didn't feel like 10 minutes to me. But we're definitely getting the shapes through now. They're slowly coming through over here. The lack of symmetry in our combinator is causing a little bit of jamming and speed issues. Why is this fully jammed? What? These two belts are like fully jammed over here because they're waiting for something to combine with, and they're never gonna get something to combine with. Is that a problem? That is definitely a problem. So we're never gonna get anything to combine with these, and there's no flushing mechanism for it. Yeah, we have issues to troubleshoot, definitely, but for the parts that were working, that are working, I mean, it is definitely producing the shape that we want, right? Or is it just combining wrong? Is it bugged? Hold on. I swear I saw the shape that I wanted. It's definitely getting the right input, that side. This is coming through. It's going through the bypass. It's going through the bypass and then it's getting stuck. Why would it be getting stuck after the bypass? Because now it's going through the bypass. These two are going through the bypass. I feel like this is a bug, guys. It's going through the bypass and then it should keep going through the bypass. What is happening here? This thing is saying merge the two shapes. If it's saying merge the two shapes, why are you not going through the bypass? I don't understand. Is this missing? This is missing. It's over here. Missing. Something's over here is broken. This is trying to... the bin. The bin. The bin, guys. The bin is broken. Oh my god. It's the bin. I never fixed the bin top layer. I knew it was something stupid. I was like, can't be the combinator that's been broken this entire time, right? So that means all these bins are broken. So they're all kind of getting stuck a little. But yeah, the speed of my MAM is fine. The extra new features we've added are bugged. So that's why it's causing issues. Oh god, I'm good at this game. So good at this game, guys. Well, I hope you've been enjoying the series. I'm gonna probably just fix this and just test that it works, and then we'll call it the end of this episode. But there's plenty more to do, guys. We're definitely not near the end of the series. So what are we doing? This is all working now, or hopefully all working. So this is bypassing, and then now the correct shape can come through. Excellent. Great. So we'll just talk about what we'll do next episode. If there's any other bugs in this, I'll just fix it. Before I start the next episode. I'll let it run. But yeah, thanks all so much for watching. Like this compression that we did this episode is absolutely amazing. I feel like it's sped up our MAM by like 3 times the speed now, and it's definitely boosted the efficiency. Once I figure out how to put bins here and here, it'll speed it up even more because it'll be able to flush this belt faster instead of wait for it to slowly flush through this thing. That will be excellent. I'll probably end up doing that before I copy this over a billion times. But it will have to be custom logic because by this point, this shape is rotated and there might be pins. So this basic logic board that we've done for this bin is not going to cut it. So that's fine. It's the flush that we're doing here is definitely helping. So just a quick recap what we did this episode. So last episode, we fixed our input. Now it's taking 4 lanes of input and then selecting the full shape. And then we're painting the full shape with only 4 lanes, with 3 lanes of color. And these are only singular color lanes, which is really good for our input. So we can pretty much deconstruct all of this nonsense that we have back here. What we have to do next episode is rebuild a scaled up version of this on a singular platform to deal with crystallizing, because crystallizing doesn't happen on just 3 belts or 1 vertical input lane. It happens on all 4 at the same time. I don't imagine it to be super difficult. It's certainly going to be possible, but yeah, we have to design that. So we'll do that. We'll get crystallizing functionality back. Then we're going to deal with an input episode, probably figuring out how to do like a staging area back here for all my MAM input. So all my squares, circles, red and blue and green will come in down here somewhere before it gets fed up to over here. And then once we've got the input done, we can quadruple all of our input, and then we can quadruple this, and then we'll do the stacking logic, and that should be our completed MAM, guys. That is the path to victory. Yeah, I hope, like, I'll honestly say that, just to close off before we go, that you know, you might look at this and be like, well, you weren't smart enough to figure this out. You've been doing it wrong the whole time. But don't see it that way, guys. This is all a learning exercise. Like, this is definitely not a guide on how to build the best MAM. And is what I've done here even the best thing? Probably not. There's probably an even more compact and better design that other people have done, but they don't get there immediately. You don't just build from nothing to like the perfect MAM. You have to iterate through all the poor designs and all the mistakes before you realize, oh, what's the problem, right? Why, like, think about what is even the reason I went and bothered to do this. It was because I've built it in the way that I did with the 7 belts and all that other crap that I did, that I realized, oh, my MAM takes 10 minutes to switch shapes. That's not good. How can I do that better? And with the help of you guys in the comments section, I really assessed whether I needed to change the way I did the order of my operations. Like, I would have never thought of that if I never built my original MAM, right? Like, no one thinks this way. No one thinks about splitting a belt 4 ways, like vertically like this. That's not, you know, intuitive at all. But it's something that you come up with by iterating through bad design. So don't ever be afraid of doing something bad. Just do it functionally first and then optimize it and then figure out, like, how do I do this better? How do I get this done faster? But yeah, that looks like it's all unjammed now, and it is producing like a full output belt. That looks good. Look at that, almost full output belt. Still some minor glitches. Can't really tell if the minor glitches are from just the shape catching up or what, but I believe that's definitely working now. So that's great. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I won't prattle on anymore. Let you get back to your thing. Otherwise, new episodes every day. If you've liked my channel and my content, please help me out by leaving a like and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you guys next episode.